I'm sure you've seen this movie. Man dies in mysterious circumstances, leaving behind a grieving widow with not much more than a multi-million-dollar life insurance policy.
6 months later, the widow happily relocates to another city or country to live with, yes, the same husband, alive and well and many $1 million wealthier.
Insurance fraud uncovered tonight on CS311.
Crime Stop Jamaica and National Bakery, in association with TVJ and our sponsors, ICD Group, Grace Kennedy, Home and Things, Progressive Grocers and Guardsman, present CS311 with Deirdre Dixon and Leroy Hall.
What does insurance mean to you? Security and peace of mind, or high premiums and low rewards? Wealthy insurers feeding on fears about accidents, catastrophes, and illnesses that may or may not happen.
Whatever your opinion, when a customer or a company or agent deliberately cheats the system to falsely collect a claim or benefits, this is a crime.
It is a billion-dollar crime creating serious consequences for insurers and customers. Peter Gay Evans Campbell is head of claims at BCIC Insurance. She tells us more.
My name is Peter Gay Evans Campbell, Claims and Innovation Manager at British Caribbean Insurance Company Limited. The percentage of fraudulent insurance claims is hard to estimate both in Jamaica and internationally, so we have no hard numbers that we can provide. Some examples of the more common types of insurance fraud are inflated cost of repairs, fraudulent personal injury claims, staged accidents, as well as the use of counterfeit cover notes and insurance certificates. Common in the health insurance industry are attempts by policyholders to have relatives and friends use their health insurance cards. We have not been seeing many instances of fraud through identity theft, but as an industry, we have begun to use data analytics to point us to possible areas where fraud is taking place. The industry has used advertising campaigns to inform the public and policyholders of the types of insurance fraud and explain to them that the result of increasing claims is higher premiums. Through a partnership with Crime Stop, the advertising campaign also encourages the public to provide information on persons they know are committing insurance fraud. It is kept strictly confidential and there is a reward for information leading to an arrest. The thing with insurance fraud is that it doesn't affect any one insurer. All insurance companies within the industry have had to face the repercussions and the results of insurance fraud. We are seeing an increase in claims each year. Last year we paid $12 billion in motor claims and $20 billion in health claims. These claims keep increasing year over year. Although not easily detected, claims arising from staged accidents, fraudulent personal injury claims, and surgeries are very expensive and will ultimately lead to an increase in premiums.
Well said, Mrs. Campbell. Faking or exaggerating an accident, deliberately setting a fire to collect property insurance, reporting your car as stolen when it has in fact been sold, faking injury or death.
Just some of the many faces of insurance fraud. Let's look at the global picture. According to the 2017 Global Claims Fraud Survey of the Reinsurance Group of America, 1 in every 30 claims that are reported globally are fraudulent. Some high-concern fraud schemes involve identity theft, hacking and cybercrime, and employee-agent fraud. Insurance fraud is the second most costly white-collar crime in the United States after tax evasion. According to that country's National Insurance Crime Bureau, 10% or more of property casualty claims may be fraudulent, amounting to $30 billion each year from 2013 to 2015. And with the growing dependence on information technology and the digital insurance industry, cybercriminals will have more opportunity to hack into online platforms, steal identities, and make faulty applications and claims. Not only does insurance fraud cause higher insurance premiums for everyone, it directly affects the increase in taxes and inflates prices for consumer goods. One famous local case is the story of Clarendon farmer Kim Wayne Phillips, who allegedly conspired with his wife and others to fake his death in order to claim a $17 million insurance payout. Kim Wayne Phillips was cornered. But how many others are walking free?
Nowadays, the thin line between life and death in Jamaica is becoming thinner and blurrier. Life is taken in an instant, no warning and no explanation.
Our unsolved crime this week began and ended in a matter of minutes, leaving no time for questions, no opportunity for answers.
Sunday, May 26, 2019 at about 9:40 p.m. A group of friends, including Daniel Dan Cruz Webster and Arturo Artie Gordon, were just hanging on a corner along the Camperdown Road in Kingston 16. They were unconcerned about the Suzuki Vitara which had just driven past. The vehicle turned and approached slowly. Suddenly, gunshots rang out. In the aftermath, 4 men had been shot. They were rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, where 2 of the men were treated and sent home. But unfortunately, 2 others were pronounced dead. No witnesses have come forward. No family or community member is prepared to speak. What if these men were your family, your friends? Crime Stop doesn't want your name. Just tell us what you know.
2 men down in a shower of bullets, for a reason unknown to any of us. Why?
Daniel Webster and Arturo Gordon were 2 more victims in the raging crime battle. Crime Stop is offering a $200,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and charge of their murderers.
Help us to clear up this mystery. The number to call is 311. More on CS311 in a moment.
Our topic tonight is insurance fraud. We have more on this in a moment, but up next, missing persons.
Missing, brought to you by Progressive Grocers. An Ananda alert has been activated for 15-year-old Ashley Henry of Mahogany District, Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew. She has been missing since Saturday, December 15, 2018. Ashley is of brown complexion, slim build, and 157 centimeters or 5 feet 2 inches tall. Ashley was last seen at home at 5 p.m. wearing a yellow t-shirt, blue jeans and camouflage slippers. An Ananda alert has also been activated for 14-year-old Renee Campbell of Fraser's Content, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. She has been missing since Saturday, December 15, 2018. She's of brown complexion, slim build, and about 152 centimeters or 5 feet tall. She also has a chipped tooth and a scar on the right side of her forehead. Renee was last seen at home at 10:30 a.m. She was dressed in a white blouse, blue jeans, and a pair of black slippers. 27-year-old Keneal Jackson of Victoria Street, Kingston 14, has been missing since Friday, March 10, 2017. He is of dark complexion, slim build, and is about 157 centimeters or 5 feet 2 inches tall. Keneal Jackson was last seen at about 5:30 p.m. wearing a black long-sleeve shirt, a pair of blue jeans, and a pair of black slippers. 51-year-old Kenneth Duncan, otherwise called Twinny, of Crooks Street, Kingston 12, has been missing since Thursday, January 31, 2019. He is of dark complexion, stout build, and about 162 centimeters or 5 feet 4 inches tall. Kenneth Duncan was last seen at the Kingston Public Hospital wearing a white t-shirt, khaki pants, and a pair of black slippers. 21-year-old Christopher Henry of Quarry Hill, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been missing since Thursday, April 6, 2017. He is of dark complexion and medium build. Christopher Henry was last seen at home dressed in lime green jeans and an orange t-shirt.
In a world of murder, rape, and assault, the word scamming hardly raises an eyebrow, unless you are the helpless victim. Watch this scam.
Why is it that this person just driving as if they're not going anywhere? What the way, man? Jesus Savior, him just keep stopping so. Jamming him. You know what? I'm going to overtake him now.
You never see me indicate say me did not go turn.
You never indicated. You just keep on pressing brake as if you want me to run in the back of your car.
Lady, me indicate say me I go turn. And see it there now. See that? Look there. You run up in the back of my car and mash up the whole of my car. What you go do?
Me?
What you mean? Yes, you. Then it's who? You know somehow you get a license to come drive car. A fool you no figure drive.
I earned my license. Do you have one?
Me no matter where you want say no. Right now, I might car me want to fix it, hear me? So what you go do about that?
What I'm supposed to... It's not my fault.
Lady, the law say, once you run up in the back of somebody's car, is your fault. Right? So right now, me no know, but you have to go fix back my car, you know. You know what? Alright, no.
Right, look. I know I'm more than comprehensive.
Comprehensive? Me no know how that I go deal with all my doctor bill because
listen to me, my insurance will take care of it.
I want to know, man. Look here, lady. That I go take too long.
So what you suggest we do then?
It just so happens that me is a body man. That I easy 1-2 for me for beat out.
How much that going to cost me now?
Well, the bumper plus the trunk plus the side there, so normally me charge 30 grand still, you know.
What? That's about $90,000 for the three of them.
You never make me finish, lady. Me will take 45 for the three.
Listen to me, I don't have so much money. I don't have that amount of money on me.
Lady, see one cash machine just up the road up there, so.
Well, alright then. I have to draw the money and give it to you.
Alright, I will follow back on you. Mash up the whole of my car. See that? I don't know where someone wanna get all car. I don't forget license.
Come along, man.
The first thing to do in the event that you get into an accident is call the police. Get the other driver's details. Accidents are very serious, but there are persons who are even more serious on making a living out of an accident. Don't give your money to people just like that. Leave that for the insurance company. Be safe, be strong, don't be scammed.
He might be your brother, your husband, your friend, but he may also be a wanted man. How much longer are you prepared to look and not see, to hear and not speak out? Do you know these men?
35-year-old construction worker Alvin Messam, otherwise called Kevin of McGregor Lane, Spanish Town, is wanted for questioning in connection to the murder of Clarence Clark, a 44-year-old taxi operator of Freetown, Clarendon, who was killed on Whitewater Boulevard, Spanish Town on Saturday, April 28, 2018 at about 9 p.m. Brian QQ Forbes, a 50-year-old farmer of Drumilly District, Claremont, is wanted for questioning in connection to the double murder of Demar Smith and Amoya Brown, committed on Saturday, April 25, 2015 at about 4:45 p.m. in Drumilly District. Both victims died of multiple chop wounds. Do you know the whereabouts of Brian QQ Forbes? Burton Bapshera, 50 years old, of Church Lincoln District, Grange Hill, Westmoreland, is wanted for questioning in connection to the murder of Fabian Cooper, who was killed at about 7 a.m. on Thursday, May 12, 2016 in the same district. Burton Bapshera is considered armed and dangerous. 27-year-old Damian Devil Henry of Burke Road, Old Harbour, is still on the run. He is wanted in connection to the murder of Travis Orain Callahar, who was killed on the highway at Socaba Pen Old Harbour on Thursday, June 6, 2013. Damian Devil Henry has a teardrop tattoo on his face and DH tattooed on his neck.
Our final segment is coming up after this. We have tips to protect you and your family. Stay with us.
People lie for money, cheat, even kill for the almighty dollar. That is why white-collar crimes like insurance fraud are keeping the police force on their toes.
Recently, we spoke with the Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police, Anthony McLaughlin, head of the fraud squad at the JCF, about this rising crime.
Well, insurance fraud has become a police matter because it's a crime. It's one of the fraudulent offences that people do commit, under the Larceny Act. So it has been on the books for a very long time. As I said, we do not have the empirical evidence to say that because of insurance fraud we have murders, but one can deduce that the gangsters and the gangs will commit insurance fraud in order to get money to finance their illegal activities. The main aim is to defraud insurance companies. So there are a wide range of offences under insurance fraud. And the broad categories under the Larceny Act are forgery, embezzlement, larceny servant, uttering forged documents, obtaining money by means of false pretense, and the list goes on. The penalties really is left to the discretion of the court. It depends on the gravity and the nature of the offense. So that is something for the court to decide. But we have seen where persons would have been sentenced 3, 4, 5 years are being asked to pay hefty fines along with imprisonment. There are persons who, for one reason or the other, decide not to pay the insurance company any money. So what they do is to manufacture or have other persons manufacture fraudulent insurance certificates. The police have handheld devices, technology, that once the police stop you on the road, if they can run your fingerprint, and if you are wanted, then it will show up. And also we can use that same device, so we just run the number that is on that certificate that you will give to the police, and right away we can discover whether or not you have a fraudulent insurance document in your possession. Persons will go to the insurance company to say that I was involved in a motor vehicle accident, and when the insurance company sends out their investigators, then they realize that it's a fraudulent claim. The other aspect of the fraudulent claim is that two vehicles or a vehicle may be involved in an accident, and then what they do is to plant other persons in there. So what they will do is to say that there were 4 persons in the car, and they will go and find some persons to plant themselves on the scene of the accident. We have seen where person would have been convicted for offences like that. We also have drivers. A person is not licensed or insured to drive your vehicle. So when an accident occurs, what the owner of the vehicle will do in many instances is to either plant himself as the insured person to drive that vehicle, or somebody else who has been, who's insured to drive that vehicle. So there are several aspects of fraud that we have investigated. As it relates to life insurance, persons will fake their death or fake the death of another insurer in order to get money. And while this is not so prevalent in Jamaica, we have had a couple of instances where we investigate these. Person will set fire to their place, in order to get insurance money. So what you'll find out is that person will move out the goods out of there and set the place ablaze. and then they would claim on the insurance. So these are some of the insurance frauds that we have investigated over the years.
Many consumers are not the perpetrators of insurance fraud schemes, but victims themselves. Here are a few things to remember to help make sure that you are covered.
Safety Tips, sponsored by Guardsman.
Insurance fraud is becoming more and more prevalent in our society. The first thing that we need to do to safeguard ourselves against insurance fraud is ensure that we buy the proper policy. Insurance policies should be bought from either the insurance company, a licensed broker, or a licensed agent, and not from a third party who has absolutely no authority to sell these policies. In the matter of motor insurance, we need to be very conscious of how we operate our vehicles, because there are persons who are out there who set up for you to have an accident. They do this by a number of ways. They usually try and offer you the right of way, and when you take the right of way without paying attention, they run into you. Technically, you are at fault, so you need to be very careful when you take the right of way. When you are in car parks, you need to be extremely cautious on backing out, because there are persons that will make it appear as if they have passed, but they are still behind you. You need to look and ensure, look on through the left rear and the right rear to ensure that there are no vehicles behind you. Technology has become available where you can buy a simple dash cam and you can record what's happening in the windshield of your car. The more sophisticated ones record what's happening in front and inside the car. It's a good investment to buy a dash cam and have it there to record what's happening around you as you drive. There are a number of scams and frauds going on the health insurance scheme. First thing you must do, never allow anybody else to use your health insurance card. When you do surrender your card, it should only be for information to be taken off it so that a claim can be pursued. Never sign a blank claim form. Always ensure that the information is filled in and that you have the particulars of what it's going to be. Before seeking any treatment or anything, ensure that you get a quotation. What is it that my insurance card will cover? What is it that I'm going to have to pay out of pocket? The abuse of your health card will only cause your premium to be increased on the next renewal, so safeguard yourself against the insurance fraud.
If you've ever wondered why your insurance premium is so high, fraudulent insurance activities are certainly part of the reason.
Beating the system is cheating the system and cheating other customers. Remember, someone somewhere pays. I am Deidre Dixon.
And I'm Leroy Hall. We'll be back with you next week.